Hello and welcome to Ruler Three's video review for Fire Emblem Awakening, a turn-based strategy game for the 3DS from Nintendo.
Listen to me.
This is one of our side reviews. For those of you who do know what the term means, it means it's not one of the main reviews that come out on Friday. I post these whenever we finish a game and have time to post it. Have anywhere from 1 to 3 of us. Fire Emblem's lucky enough to where it gets 3 of us. I'm Roy Manan, and with me is Lizzie Manan. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
And Synyster Dreamer, our usual's back.
Yep, like usual.
Although Lizzie, you're getting pretty usual because impression keeps disappearing on me. But that's a different story. So, Fire Emblem, like I said, is a turn-based strategy. This is, I don't know, this is what, the 5th one to come out in America? 5th or 6th?
I believe six.
Okay. In Japan, there's a couple more, but we're not going to worry about this. So let's jump right into it. So we'll start with the story of Fire Emblem Awakening. Awakening takes place in the distant future in the same timeline that the Marth games take place. For those of you who've never played Fire Emblem and have played Super Smash Brothers, you know what Marth is. Marth is a prince, but kingdoms, we won't get into that. So Awakening takes place in the future. It's his descendants, and they have to stop an evil from coming back into the world. I don't want to get into spoilers, so that's what I'm going to leave it at. Me, personally, I liked the story. I thought it was really good. And I liked how, a lot of the later story elements played out, especially considering one of the systems that they have, a newer system that's in this game. Synyster, what about you?
Originally, doing this as a side thing wasn't gonna happen until I actually got my hands on Lizzie's version of it. Then it was just like after playing one mission of it, I'm like, this game's awesome. I want.
Lizzie?
Are you ready?
I like that the story draws me in.
What?
All right. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot more to the story. This game,
trying to keep it on the hush hush.
yeah, this game,
Really?
spoilers,
It's a story-based
Yeah.
game.
yes, with turn-based strategy. So with that, we're now moving into the gameplay, because that's really all that's left in this game. For those of you who've never played a Fire Emblem or a turn-based strategy game, basically, you get a map, grids on it, and you get to choose characters from your army. You then put them on the map, and you go fight the attacking army based on turn. So on your turn, you move all your units. After you move all units, or end your turn, then goes to the enemy's turn. They move their units, attack, whatever, and then it just goes back to their. The goal is usually kill the enemy leader and all the troops, or just kill the enemy leader, or whatever the objective is. This one was very much just kill the enemy leader and the troops before obviously all your characters die, or the main character Chrome dies. If Chrome dies,
Or if you're a tactician.
oh, that's right. Or your avatar. You also get to create your own avatar at the beginning of the game. It's automatic game over. Anybody else dies, that just sucks.
It depends on the game type you play. If you play on casual, like I did, the people who got killed in the match come back at the end. And I know Lizzie, who played higher difficulty, if they died, well, that was bye-bye for them.
That's how Fire Emblem was originally designed, and the way it should be continued to be played, in my opinion. But I know why they put casual. It's very nice for an introduction to the series. Because
Start playing, yeah.
if the unit dies in normal mode, they're gone. You can't use them anymore. So you got to be very careful and be a lot more strategic in the normal mode, in classic. So anyway, the basic gameplay is very simple. I mean, it's very easy. It's complicated because of all the other systems that they put into this. One of the main systems is kind of a triangle on weapons. Luckily, they got rid of the magic triangle in this one. But certain weapons are better than other weapons, and then certain units are better against certain types of attacks. So the triangle is like sword beats axe, axe beats lance, lance beats sword. And then if you're a bow, it beats wing, like Pegasus Knights. Magic beats Pegasus, or Waver Knights. Waver Knights have ridiculously high avoidance from physical, but are weak against magic. Knights are weak, or, take ridiculous, like, no damage, but, if you use a spell on them, they will get very much hurt. very much so. And there's a couple other things, but Lizzie, you've played the Fire Emblem games more than I have.
Pegasus Knights are weak against archers and wind magic. Dragons are also weak against wind magic and archers. For the most part, once you get to ground units, they have like specific weapons that will do more damage against them.
Not really.
And they usually have lower resistance, so magic will do more.
But in terms of like just the strategy part, they did. I didn't notice as much as the weapons triangle, the sword, axe, stat or lance, a bit like advantages as much in this one as I have in the past ones. Was that just me, or did you notice, Lizzie? Or was it the same? I don't.
When you look at the hit chances, it would if the arrow was down, so you're using an axe versus a sword, you had about 20% less chance to hit.
Okay, I didn't notice that, but maybe that's just because I don't pay attention. I would say Synyster, but well, no, Synyster. Have you played any of the past ones?
Rarely.
Okay, so you wouldn't have noticed. So anyway, my feelings on the basic gameplay is I like it. It's, you know, it's a lot very strategic, especially in classic mode where you have to be careful to not lose one of your units. And you know, you have to think and plan out like, if I move this person here, is he gonna get swarmed by the enemy and just drop, or is he tough enough to take on, you know, everybody?
Yeah, I found that out a couple ways. Usually it's try to, you know, build your characters around your squishies and then, you know, move everybody.
Yeah. Lizzie? Your feeling of gameplay? Or at least the basic?
Having played all the Fire Emblem games in America, I like some of the new mechanics they added in. Overall, the gameplay felt like a Fire Emblem game. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into the very new details of the, you know, the add-ons to the basic mechanics. In the first one, you will instantly notice is what's called the dual pairing mechanic. I think is what it's called. This allows you to take 2 units and basically combine them into 1 unit to give one of those units like a boost. So like, say I take my avatar and the main character Chrome, and I want Chrome to be the main attacker. Chrome will get a bonus based off of whatever Roy brings to the table. Or I called my guy Roy, but whatever my avatar gives to him in boosts. So when they go out, Chrome will do more damage, have more defense and everything.
Right, and the downside is that you only have 1 attack now.
Yes.
Like, you lose that second guy's attack.
Well, not necessarily, because there's also a dual attack to where they can attack every now and then.
Right, but if you just have them standing next to each other instead of paired up,
Yeah.
you can get that bonus twice.
Right.
Yeah, and it also depends on when you pair up. It also helps with the relationship between those 2 characters, and also it's a pro and con. You have to pair up people that, you know, can work together, because the fact that if you don't do it right, sometimes you can lose a unit without realizing it.
Yeah. And also,
Super useful for reinforcements.
yes. Although later on, because I like pairing my people together because they have high relationships and do like ridiculously bonus damage. So I give them to my, you know. In my game, my characters are stupid overpowered when they're paired up just because of the way I played on hardcore, so I had to grind like no other. We'll get to that in a minute. So my guys are ridiculous, and if I pair them up, they're even stronger. But I found that in one level, I paired them up, but I didn't have enough units because I had to protect somebody to fight off all the incoming people, and I lost. So yeah, I had to be very careful with that in some of those. And you can't just kind of, once again, you don't want to just pair them and send them out because you might not have enough to fight off everybody. And that becomes a little problematic, especially when everybody decides to gang up on you. So once again, the other part of this system that comes in play, Synyster brought it up, is relationships. In past Fire Emblems, this has been kind of there, where, you know, your characters build relationships and talk to each other. This one, they take it a step further. you can not only will they talk to each other, whenever they talk, when like for the pairing system, if they have a high relationship, which goes, based on how often they're standing next to each other and build their relationship, they will give higher stat boosts. And if it's a male and a female character, they can get married and have a kid, which plays later in the game. So you end up having to figure out, like, okay, I want this character with this character a lot, and figure out who you want to play with who. I like this. I got addicted to that system.
It added another level to the strategy.
Yes. Well, then I like arranging the marriages. Like, this person's perfect for this person.
One of my marriages is based on how not perfect they are for each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Relationships in this game. What did you think of it?
It was actually kind of fun to deal with the relationships. It's like, okay, start pairing people up. It's a fun concept.
What was your favorite relationship that you made? Lizzie mentioned her, so we get to mention ours now.
So far right now, it's my male avatar with the fire mage.
Oh, well, okay, I know who you're talking about.
Mariel or whatever her name is.
Yeah, see, my favorite is my avatar with the crazy stalker chick. Best relationship ever. So anyway, so that's a relationship system. It's something new and thoroughly enjoyable. The next thing I want to go into is the units and their classes. Every unit has a class, like we said earlier. This one, well, in past ones, usually you raise them up to level 10. You can use an item to change their class to one of the advanced classes, or get them to level 21. They automatically change to the upper class. And this one, you have to use an item, but they also added what's called a second seal, which allows you to change that unit's base class to another base class. So like my first, I had a thief. I changed him. You usually get a choice of like 2 or 3 different classes they could become. And I chose him to, I think, mercenary. There's benefits to doing this, and I'll go into those in a second. And then once again, you can also use, upgrade those characters to their advanced classes. And then also, once you get some stats there, you can use the second seal to send it back to a base class, basically allowing you to keep leveling those characters forever and get their stats even higher. Usually when you go from a base advanced class to a base class, or a high base class back to level 1 base class, you do lose a couple stats, but you can usually gain those back, just because every level you gain like stats in the different categories. Once again, I got ridiculously into this system because I tried to min-max every one of my characters. Lizzie.
I haven't really gotten into it, though I can see myself doing what you're doing.
And Synyster.
I really have nothing to say about this section.
Oh, okay. You haven't done that yet, or just don't care?
Most of my characters are all same level, and I haven't even gotten... I think my highest character is level 9.
Oh, so you can't even change class yet?
Nope.
Okay. So once again, the benefits of changing classes is each class gets skills as you level up. Base classes, it's at level 5 and level 10, they get a new skill. Advanced classes, they are at 5 and 15. You can have a maximum of 5 active skills, but you can get as many skills on a character as you want, as long as you keep training them to get them. Once again, it allows you to, min-max and kind of very much so customize what your character wants to do. Like, I made sure, like, my thief had everything. When you have kids, the kids inherit whatever the last skill in your list is. That will go to that kid. So I always made sure, like, one of my kids off my thief, I made sure she got the best assassin ability, and then her mom was a Myrmidon, I think.
I love Myrmidons.
Yeah, like a sword master. And I made sure she got the best in that one, because that one was also fun. So when she was born, she already had those 2, and then I took her down a completely different set of, like, the thief tree to the trickster tree to get the thief skills that she didn't have mixed with the new trickster, and I was able to just mess with it. I did it with another character, once again, just to min-max, like, effectiveness in combat. And skills are awesome. They usually give you passives to stats or allow you to do more damage if an enemy has this, or avoid damage or whatever. Lizzie, how did you like it?
I thought it was better executed than Path of Radiance.
Yes.
Um,
You have any more, Lizzie? Sorry.
Not a whole lot really to say, but it was definitely well done. I like that you just learned them instead of what it used to be where you like had to get the scrolls or whatever.
Yeah, and Synyster.
I really don't have much to say on this topic because this is really the first Fire Emblem game I've actually mostly gotten through, because most times I usually get to one Fire Emblem game, play one mission, and then I don't go back to it. And yet I'm the one that likes strategy games like this.
All right, and I guess now we'll give our scores for Fire Emblem. Let's start with Lizzie. What would you give it?
Definitely give it a buy.
All right. Synyster?
I give it a buy.
And I also give this game a buy. The game's just really good. We all just agree on that. It's really good. It's a very solid turn-based strategy RPG. It's fun. The customization's a lot better than previous Fire Emblems, and yeah, I think it's probably the best Fire Emblem game yet. So there you have it, 3 buys. Thank you, Lizzie and Synyster, for joining us. And that's it. We'll see you next time. And always remember to trust in the rule of 3.